Down. Mark.
Hi, I'm Zoki and this is Lauren.
And welcome to Two Girls, One Pint. Today we are going to visit the Great Divide Brewery, located on 22nd and Arapahoe Street in downtown Denver. A mere 3 blocks from the Coors Field, home to the Colorado Rockies. You know, the Colorado Rockies are going to play today, and I would have loved to have been there with my boyfriend and his friends, but I can't because I'm working. But lucky little Miss Billy doesn't have to, and she gets to hang out with Eric all afternoon.
But lucky us, we get to go to the Great Divide Brewery today and learn more about beer. We get to meet the owner today, try new beers, learn about craft brews. What do you say? Aren't you excited, Lauren?
Okay. This is going to be great. I can't wait.
Great Divide was started in 1994 by Brian Dunn, a home brewer with a passion for flavorful beers. Over the past 14 years, it has become one of the preeminent craft breweries in the Rocky Mountain region. Hi! Here we are at the Great Divide Brewery. Except for by we, I mean me, because Lauren is already inside drinking. But, lucky for us, we've got Patrick. It was in the top room that we finally found Lauren.
Come on, Soap, you
Are you kidding me? This is how you're acting and you've had 1 beer? I can only assume that you decided to indulge in one of Great Divide's big beers. And from the hoppy aroma, I'm guessing it was a Hercules Double IPA.
How did you know?
I know, Lauren, because I paid attention to Patrick, who was kind enough to give me a tour of his facility. While you were busy wallowing in your own self-pity, I was learning about Great Divide's commitment to brewing some of the boldest, edgiest, massively hoppy big beers.
All right. Just put your shirt back on.
Did you know that Great Divide has already won 4 Beer Cup Awards? Crazy. And 13 American Beer Festival Awards, winning its first just 3 months after brewing its first batch of beer. You really missed out on the tour.
Well, Zoki, since you're such an expert now, why don't you tell us about the big beers that they brew here? And what's the difference between them? Do you even know what a double IPA is? That's what I thought. If you had been here with me instead of on the tour and had talked to that creepy guy over there in the corner who may or may not be homeless, you would have learned that IPA stands for India Pale Ale. And the demand for IPA started when the British Empire was over in India. They used to ship the beer over to the British colonial rulers. This beer had to be stronger than your typical beer in order to survive the long journey to India. More alcohol and hops were added as a preservative, making it a much more bitter beer.
Typically, a double IPA is 50% more malt and 100% more hops than an IPA. That's a general guideline behind the style.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to try the oak-aged Yeti Imperial Stout.
And I'm going to have a barley wine. Wait a minute. Aren't we supposed to talk about what Imperial Stout and barley wine is? Wasn't that the point of this episode? Well, I bet I know someone who can tell us what they are. Brian Dunn, owner and founder of the Great Divide.
Ugh. Who are you?
I'm Alan, the brewer.
Well, I guess you'll do. So, Alan, tell us about barley wine.
Well, barley wine is a really strong style of ale.
Although we looked uninterested, we learned that barley wine can be as strong as wine and even carry a wine flavor with it.
Are you even listening?
It is brewed using a longer fermenting and maturation period than other beers, and some brews are made with wine yeast, which create a higher alcohol content.
So, Alan, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the Imperial Stout?
Well,
Although we still looked uninterested, we learned that an imperial stout is a style of beer that is extra strong and very thick. This beer's name derives from the royal court in St. Petersburg. Also known as a Russian stout, an imperial stout usually has a burnt currant fruitiness with a warming embrace of alcohol.
but I still don't think you're listening. Have you heard anything I said?
Yeah, we are. We're listening.
We're definitely listening. So Alan, could we have another beer?
No.
Please?
You should probably leave.
Did Lauren leave in enough time to sneak up on Eric and Haley at the Rockies game? And did Zoki stick around long enough after Lauren left to get the private tour by Patrick? And is Alan really a brewer? The answer to these questions and more next time on Two Girls, One Pint.